Early grab.
You guys have probably seen it, but look on the side right here. I'll show you guys real quick. On the side, it says like champion and different languages. You can see right here it says campeón.
Who do you think was winning?
Has champion right here.
Really break down from that
champion, and it has champion. Like I didn't know this till like barely like maybe a couple months ago. But this is like it says champion in different languages. And then here's the back. If you guys haven't seen the back, back is pretty raw too. I fuck with this hoodie.
It looks like a live round. Everybody is moving, and immediately you do see Demise
I like it.
threatening to go onto that flank. Identitas though keeping him in check. Only for a time being. Demise will sneak through, and he will find Identitas still in front of him. Crack is going to get the down onto Demon, but might have just been.
They restarted it again, I guess.
Back up full health. Either way, still contested in the hill, and nobody has a torque bow.
Ooh, I'm about to say, I thought that was the chance to kind of battle back. Everybody's getting shut down.
eUnited con la inicial. Creo que ese es el host de eUnited, creo. Ahorita vamos a ver por los pings.
Getting that torque bow again. On a preface to get before we backed out last time. That's one player spotted out. Identiv's not over peeking. Frag grenades getting picked up. Rebel need an answer back here. They can't put themselves in a deficit against a team this strong.
Powers going to bow.
And Powers with the torque bow in hand. Only 2 more shots. He's going to get peppered. He'll back up for the time being. Crack up ahead. Should be an easy connection, but Powers doesn't send it flying in time. Therefore, he only has 1 more shot. Plus, he's getting flanked, so he has no choice but to go forward. Maybe a 2-piece potential. There it is. He takes down Crack and exploits and might get the 3rd, but it's going to be a bit shut down, right? Identa is able to get him from the flank, and well, that's going to be a couple of points on the board for Rebel, but we got to focus our eyes onto the next kill.
Tiene next ya eUnited. Bueno, lo tenía. Oh, todavía lo tienen.
Need to attack on the side of eUnited because rotation from the team draining out that hill. Now they have a
graduating. Yeah, we ate good today, man. My mom hooked it up with some tacos dorados. She went crazy.
They want to get themselves out, let their teammates spawn up so they can work as a full-on team. And once they do, see them try to maneuver into the mid, even towards that outward spawn, and try to take some control back.
Control back. Well, eUnited still looking solid. They've spread themselves out. You look at the mini map on the right side, right? All 4 members from EU spread out across the map.
Van a sacar a Demon aquí.
Mismatch below, or at least on the hill, excuse me. Dyslexic and Demise now are going to be pressed by 3, but good read from Powers to join into the mix, but it's not in time. Dyslexic has already fallen. Powers, though, has an opportunity. He's on the flank. Identitas is dropped. Now he can take the 2nd. There it is, and he can focus now onto Crack, who is really pursuing extra hard onto Demise. He gets it and actually gets the 2nd. That is huge because for a short time,
Crack ahí con esos kills. Ese punto ya se acabó, creo. Ah, no, todavía quedan 40 segundos ese hill. Danny.
Looking to close the deficit and come back.
Yeah, looking strong after that initial that they lost towards eUnited. You can kind of see it in the scoreline.
Danny anda hitting shots, eh?
They can drain it dry, take the lead. Or they can begin
That's to you, Danny.
Over. Crack's gonna be the only one scoring it while the rest of the team is beginning to try to
¿Estás nalgón? Gracias. Ahora se le hizo bien ahí. Lo bueno que Danny llegó por atrás. Sí, ahí se rifó Danny.
2 players on the outside. Exploits gets taken down, but so does Crack. That's gonna open up the door wide open for them to try to push on over, but
holy shit, look how many fights have already happened, guys. Like, look how many 2 pieces 1v1s we've seen, and it's only been 2 hills. So many fights have been going down already.
We'll see, obviously, a bit of a headbutt battle over for the next hill. You got eUnited who's going to be on the top, then Rebel obviously on the bottom. Identa's full rev, but he'll be okay because nobody from EU can push up confidently just yet. Rebel obviously on the fresh hill, and I do like the fact that eUnited is attacking the bottom end as opposed to the top.
Está difícil ahí para aguantar Rebel.
That long alleyway is incredibly difficult because you know you're going to be weak by the time you get up there. Even so, the Crack is going to give it a good
ya murió Crack. Pero TJ muere, TJ muere.
Shots and how much damage he just took from eUnited taking down from the backside. But either way, eUnited forced to go from that top side. As I said, they have no choice. That's where they spawned up. They got to give it a good go here, and or Chibi Rebel does. My apologies, but again, they're going to be taking a lot of damage. But it looks as if they're set up. Now they start to
yeah. Nice cross mix, boys, but he has to be careful not to take too much damage himself. And gearing up with a flash towards that back corner. Dyslexic puts a shot.
Crack tiene 2. Crack anda en un 2v1. Ya lo mataron. Por aquí Rebel tiene 3v2. Ok, lo van a ganar. Este punto ya se lo va a comer Rebel. Esos últimos segundos. No me gustó lo que hizo United ahí. Regalaron 30 puntos a este Hill por un 2v1 que no sirve porque no tienen ni nades para el next. Si hubieran tenido nades aquí, y hasta les regalaron bow a United.
And just looking at the minimap to find out where he's at. So he is going to be up there, joined alongside that of Power. So he's going to be relatively safe. Meanwhile, TJ
My God.
only went in a hill, but putting up massive damage
Oh,
points.
no lo
He won't
mató.
get taken down, but he gave enough time for his teammates to maybe confidently push up. Splash damage for Demise onto 1. Still, though, 3 members from Rebel deep inside the hill. More splash damage, but he needs a kill. Sends one flying, but it's going to miss. But it was enough, it seems, to at least give eUnited the edge to push forward. Powers being the tip of the spear, joined by TJ. They'll get a clean retake and continue.
Y todavía le queda un arco.
So far, it seems like both of these teams are working hard in the off.
Tiene que sacar una kill con este arco. Tiene que sacar. Oh, good kill, good kill. 4v3, aquí nadie muere. Power ya está en el flank. Ya este juego completo se lo va a comer eUnited. Nadie estaba bloqueando ahí de United, pero le dieron el spawn todavía.
You can already begin to see everybody trying to rotate on over, but Powers is positioned there. TJ's close to rotate, and so is Demise.
That's a good sneak in by Power. Oh, fuck, he missed the back
He
A.
missed the first shot, though, but gets the second one. Still can't get the finish. Yes, he does. Identiv's tried to get the pickup as quickly as he could, but Powers wasn't going to allow him to do so. TJ was also there. Great coordination on that push, and also a great least composure in that moment once he missed that first shot. Powers knew he had to go back in for the second. He really couldn't back up in that meantime. And look at the damage he continues to do, taking down X.
Powers and TJ going big. Then he's gonna die right here.
He left off during the major.
Getting rap shot.
Incredible
Oh my
moments.
God.
Powers is a guy. When
That's
he
so
is
annoying.
playing
When you
on
die
point,
like
he is
that by
literally
rap
the best
shot,
player.
oh my God, it's the ugliest feeling.
And honestly, I almost
Especially
gotta
when you have
rank him
numbers.
as the best player in Gears
Or not
Esports
when
right
you have
now,
numbers, but when the other team has
I'm not gonna
numbers.
do that officially on the stream. I might have to take a little bit and think of it, but he's
Está bien, está bien. Aquí puede ir por enfrente
de
Rebel. Tienen bow también. Tienen que sacar kills aquí, Crack. Bueno. Ahí va una.
The overall hill point total is going to go over to Rebel, and another connection.
Demise just wanted to die right there, I
Keep
think.
things going.
I don't know.
30 seconds up for grabs, so not enough to not tie the game up, but they're going to
¿Qué le falta a Rebel para ser campeón?
So close indeed.
Faltan a mí.
Either
No te
way,
creas.
Torque Bow,
Um,
Crack has it, and I
no
wanna
sé.
say it's one of the few
Buena pregunta,
times
bro.
that
Buena
Rebel
pregunta,
has
eh.
had the Torque Bow in
It's
their
good
hands.
bodies. Remember
Most
me,
of the time it's
bodies.
been
I had energy
United.
pick in my
Crack only
profile.
has 2 more.
I think
Does
so,
seem to
bodies.
be,
I'm not sure.
active in. I'm curious
Maybe.
if that will be able to connect, but regardless,
What's good,
only 10
man?
seconds. Still plenty of time to think about how you want to break this next setup, and obviously for
Fuck.
Rebel, they're the
Como que
ones thinking
casi
about it because
todas las veces
United
eUnited ha
already
tenido
on the
next.
new hill.
Siempre
Do
han
spread themselves
tenido
out
el
through
next
all
hill.
different lanes, but eventually
Y
they're
Rebel
gonna
los tiene que
gel
sacar de los
together.
setups.
Crack is desperately looking for an opening kill. He's only down to 1 more bolt. Dyslexic is staying alive for the meantime. Slowly getting closer. Good shot on the TJ, but it wasn't enough to make a big impact. And eUnited, you got to give them credit for the guys inside the hill. They saw the push coming, and they took Rebel out one member after another. And therefore, eUnited should be breaking 200 relatively soon. But Demon and Exploits do find an opportunity to isolate player 8, but they got to watch out for the flank. Look at TJ.
Yep, did a job isolating Powers in towards the spawn, shutting him down, leaving him there, kind of bleed out, getting them more time to work with as everybody's done and dusted. A great push through for Rebel to kind of claim that hill. 45 seconds or so to grab for them, so the lead could change hands here depending on how much time they want to get off.
¿Qué onda, hermano? SuMuNs, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué onda, Fer? Aquí viendo los matches de Pro League. Y pues nomás aquí, hermano, analizando. Ya saben. Ya llegaron las analistas. Y ahora somos parte de ellos, pero aquí todo bien, papi. ¿Tú cómo estás? Lo jugó Rebel ese punto bien, lo jugaron bien. Creo que se comieron casi todos los puntos ahí. Yo pensaba que lo iba a matar ahí, Danny. You commentating now? I mean, at this point, I'm like, what can I do? I gotta watch the matches. I gotta commentate. I gotta be posting my points here on teams. I mean, that's what we gotta do at this point. Not competing, so might as well, you know. In your honest opinion, what do you think? What gives Gears 5? Wait, what gives Gears 5 out of 10? Oh, a 1 to 10 Gears 5. I'm gonna give it like I give it like a 5, dude. Nah, that's like being too nice. I think a 5.
Nobody there to back him up. Demise is doing what he can. He's able to get 2, which is
2v1. El dúo Danny y Demon. Oh my god, lo pararon. Danny Demon. Yeah, ese la ganaron.
Just prolonging this time, buying time for his team. Reinforcements on the flank. Powers knows that's going to allow him to get flanked as well, so he needs to move. He needs to groove to stay alive, and he does.
Le salieron a Powers ahí atrás. This is a big fight. Whoever wins this fight is gonna win the map. El que gane esta pelea va a ganar la mapa, van a ver. Porque ven los puntos. Y aquí a este Geo le falta todavía 40 segundos. El que gane esta pelea va a ganar la mapa. Oh my god, Crack is upping Max.
Can't get it. Now it's still contested. Nobody able to
Demon,
get look at Demise
Powers, 1v2, Powers otra vez. No va a morir. Y le salieron otra vez atrás a Powers. Damn. Pero de ese sacó kill. Nah, no shot. No shot. Oh my god, what to say. I thought he was gonna get that kill.
But it looks like the overall battle is heavily weighing in favor of Rebel, unless Dyslexic has anything to say about it. Still, with only a 3-point lead,
1v1.
contesting this one.
This contra Crack. ¿Crack se va a salir con arco? Nah, no se va a salir.
That means the hill goes over to eUnited.
Así salió.
Goes to eUnited. Look at the score, 190 to 197. I'm getting everything I expected in this matchup. I knew coming into this.
Pues básicamente ese juego nadie lo ganó. Siempre era puro inicial, era pelea. So, casi nadie ganó esa pelea. Ven los puntos, todavía son igualitos los puntos. United tienen las kills aquí. Van a matar a Crack aquí. Casi mato a Powers. La tier. Alex, ¿qué pasó, Pau? ¿Con qué team jugarás? Ahorita no vamos a jugar. Ahorita con ningún equipo. Vamos a Danny, sabemos a qué equipo le vas. Yo le aposté a United. Yo aposté mis puntos a United.
Thank you. Me and Powers had a talk. I told him, you want to win.
Yo después de la poderosa jersey de UIU, papi, ya sabes, la de UIU. Esta sudadera estaba muy cómoda. De hecho, esta me la tenía puesta en la última major que jugué. La última LAN que jugué, esta la tenía puesta.
Rotating around, trying to stick close together while simultaneously gathering these points, which is big. Metting yourselves in towards the hill. Dyslexic, he separates himself just long enough for exploits to make a play. That's going to be a double kill for Rebel. He's still firing the shots over the top onto Powers. Nobody able to kind of converge on him just yet, but finally that down comes through thanks to Identives. They leave him down. Everybody rotating on over, and this is where the next battle will begin.
Next battle, like you said, United just with a little bit of a lead. Rebel, though, right behind them. It can still go any way possible.
TJ va a morir ahí. ¿O no?
Tonight, outside of that district between Team Queso and Rise, especially off the second portion, or at least the later portion of that map, it ended up being really close. Great shots, though, Rebel.
Ese bombi lo jugué bien, TJ. Lo aguantó bien a la bala. ¿Te vas a dejar la barba? ¿Me la dejo? Creo que me la voy a quitar.
continue to advance. His power steps back into the hill. Only 50 seconds left. Like I said, having a foot in is going to be the biggest thing. Torquebow cross map, unable to connect onto Demon.
Lo malo de aquí es que Powers tiene 3 arcos, ya sacó una kill. Le faltan 2 más.
Number 2, unable to collect on the Demon, but he knows he can't stray too far away from this hill. He knows 2 members are still there. It's just a matter of where. Gets the Torquebow onto the ground. Splash damage connects with exploits. A back A from Powers.
Yo creo que esto ya es GG's. Bueno, sí tienen un push todavía, tienen un último push todavía, Rebel. Además no va a morir aquí. Creo que van a llegar los 3 por enfrente.
It is so intimidating and hard to shut him down. There it is. I talked about the 30 bomb. He didn't get it, actually. He got 29. Who stole that kill from him? He needed the 30 bomb and he got robbed.
TJ, I think it was TJ.
Oh, wow, he did need one more kill. If he would have got that kill on the floor, he would have got 30 kills.
TJ, get your 30 bomb anyway.
No, you can't.
Wow.
Hey,
GG's. First map, eUnited.
Excellent job from eUnited. That's going to be a map #1 in their, at least in their corner. 300.
Estuvo bueno.
And Powers, look at the stats on this guy. 29, 10 deaths, 22k damage done.
What do you think I should do? These notes or watch you commentate? Hey, do what you want, Chris. You can do both even. Right now, do your notes. You know, got a little break. Then you continue watching.
Continuing to take over Gears Esports Championship experience. I think he's still going to go through a lot of trial and errors that someone's already went through. But like I said, I think these guys play a very, very similar role to their team. So if Rebel is able to find that stride, like I said, I want to see
map 2, Boomba, eUnited up 1-0.
Rebel squad. They just have to be able to find it. Great flash by.
Damn, that was a good ass splash. Wow, Powers down, TJ.
Makes up for it, taking out exploits and putting the advantage back into the favor of eUnited, and pops another one over the top, keeping it under their control.
No vayas a agarrar ese body, man. No la agarres. No la agarres. Oh, sí cansó, sí cansó. Buen pickup.
Mistakes are being, maybe a mistake here or there, or maybe an unfortunate circumstance. Not even a mistake per se, but you have a player who steps up and turns it around. A nice shot from Powers. And speaking of which, that was the guy I was talking about. Powers.
Jeez, holy shit.
Circumstance where a player is, in a tough spot, and Powers.
You gonna do a Halo watch party when they're streaming? Halo watch party? I'm not sure. Maybe the event.
Fantastic work.
Probably. We'll see.
Where I like the position that he's.
Hola, hola. Olvides. Hola, hola.
Go around where they want to play.
Why does Dilates never go pro with you?
Play aggressive with
Dilate's always, he went to college right away.
Just a little bit because
so
Lancer fire to kind of start
he never really had gears like that. He never really considered gears like his full attention because he went off to college. And then Sam was just like, Sam was involved a lot with college too. He went to college and wasn't really focused on gears like that. But he was so good. Sam was just so good, and like he didn't care, dude. I don't know. He was so good.
Not go very far at all. Could end in 3-0, and Powers picked up 3 kills in the first round. Picked up
apenas va empezando la mapa y llevan 2-0 United.
Assist in the second round is definitely giving value to eUnited as you expect. And I passed the question to you with Dyslexic Jordan and Kenny being absent. Does Powers feel
What's up, Jay?
Justified
What's up, baby?
Just as aggressive, even more aggressive than before?
I think they just need to find their stride. And yes, he's just gonna go.
Oh, TJ.
I think
no, TJ. With a big 2-piece.
ATP roster where everyone can kind of just dominate at any moment. It's just, is the timing going to be there as Rebel find themselves in a 4v2. Adentis has to connect with this Torquebow, and he does. Might have been splash damage onto TJ. Lands another one, or seemingly so. He gets shut down. Demon tried to take advantage of the splash damage, but he gets shut down as well. 3 straight rounds for eUnited, and it comes off the back of that top control with TJ and Powers.
And not even close rounds. Albeit that first round, remember Powers was able to flip the script and bring back the momentum to eUnited in that round #1 where things got a bit shaky. But even then, eUnited's been controlling the and they've been hugely aggressive. You can almost say eUnited doesn't respect Rebel at all. And go
venga, Rebel. Ocupo más. Ándale. Danny, come on, baby. Need you to come back right here, bro. Ocupo que peleen. Need you guys to fight back. Todavía se pueden. Apenas van 3-0. Todavía se puede. Mira. Crack con el primer kill. Aquí juegan juntos.
It's just up to let's see what Powers can do, and he's gone. So this, he's back in the fight. Dyslexic right shoulder to
shoulder. my God, Demon.
Pick up a couple, and now it's back down to a 1v2. Demise, an opportunity here, but he's getting pincer.
Stop it, Demise. Relax.
But he can't get the
Relax,
drop on
Demise.
Demon. If he takes Demon down,
bro, no way he was trying to do that. Está
Está
bien, 3-1. Vamos 3-1.
But ultimately, he just took too much damage.
¿Qué onda, qué onda, Alfaro? ¿Qué onda, bebé?
Even so, Rebel had that first blood, and you see how close it still was. Even
What's up, Alex? How retirement? Dude, retirement is treating me pretty good. Just enjoying the matches here, watching,
honestly crack and
and enjoying, dude, these matches right now. I'm not really stressing or anything like that, you know?
Look at your overhead map. They're gonna go into that torque post trap.
How you feeling today? I'm feeling good. Feeling good, Papa.
Onto the sniper, so that way they have the advantage. And power and he connects, taking out TJ. One-handed.
I just ate before I got onto stream.
Depending on how they play their cards. Flash from
turned on the stream to watch these matches. Well, this match basically, I watched a little bit of TQ versus Rise.
So a 4v3 turned into a 4v2, which is slowly going to be turned into a 3v2 and a 2v2 at that, as Demise continues to get aggressive. He gets the triple kill. Demise turns this one around.
Turns it around indeed. Now, but Exploits,
Exploits con sniper.
Has the sniper, right? We talk about Exploits and the amazing plays he makes, okay? Demise, all credit to him, but Exploits still a factor you have to respect. And if this was still the Noble roster that he was on, you know you can't count this roster out. You can't count this man out. So Demise and Dyslexic have to take him seriously. And there's nobody that knows that more than Dyslexic.
They're steamrolling. Yeah, eUnited definitely has momentum right now.
So he might even know the tendencies, but regardless, he's definitely going to respect what
not even a debate that they have it. You can see it.
Trying to figure out where the hill is at right now.
Big round here though. If Exploits could clutch this up, could do it. I mean, he has sniper, 7 bullets. Like, he has everything he needs to clutch this. So
that would be my guess.
eUnited doesn't even know where he's at. Nah, they do.
Colin just has to teach me his tricks, bro. I just need a Colin cheat sheet.
Va a estar difícil para que saque esta Exploits.
He really is a cheat sheet. Anything Gears related.
Creo que ni sabe que está Demise de ahí a su izquierda. No sabe. Ni de pedo sabe.
No Demise is behind him. Yeah, he's dead here.
Oh my God. Oh, why didn't he just flank him with a...
I'm telling you, this guy is nasty. I love watching Exploits, bro. He gets me pumped up. Hit him with it. Get the clutch. Don't let Dyslexic do it to.
Gracias a Dios que le salió el cap ahí a Des. Creo que si Des no saca la cap, Exploits lo iba a matar. Te lo juro que Exploits lo iba a matar ahí.
I don't want to replay.
Nah. Demise jugó esa ronda perfecto para que le dé. Bro, he should just flanked him with a Nasher at that point. My man was trying to get world start right there.
You're going against your ex-teammate and you don't want to style on him? You let him cap
the funny.
right there?
I'm disappointed as well.
I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, honest, I'm really disappointed. That was the top play. That was it. That was the play of the day.
3 round given away to eUnited. Must-win situation for Rebel to kind of chop down the score lead. Powers trying to bait somebody in to go for a shot. Turns around, nobody's there. They all ran.
Es una verga con sniper. Ahí sí, sin pedos. Sí, es bueno con el sniper. Allí, Max Exploits. Pero ahí Demise hubiera flanqueado con Nasher. Y no lo había matado. Porque Exploits ni sabía que estaba ahí. Ya que sacó la lanza y le estaba dando cross así a Exploits, pues él quería morir. Quería que le diera la headshot Exploits.
But, you know, the composure I expect to still be there. You're looking at 2 rosters that don't get shaken too easily. They really don't. So, Exploits, pushing hard. He needs, oh, you can do that. You can, oh, come on. There you go. Takes down Powers, doubles back onto TJ. TJ down. Demise now can't get up.
3v2, 3v2, no 2v2.
Now 2v2, make that a 2v1. Dyslexic now by himself in a 1v2, and he's stuck in a really tough spot. Still drops Exploits, but it's not going to be enough. That's going to be another round for Rebel, even up 4-3. And Exploits doing a wonderful job holding his ground for that sniper play.
Yeah, that was great. You kind of see it there.
Esa ronda la jugó bien ahí Exploits.
In towards the middle.
Le salió bien.
So people, if you can find yourself to safely secure that mid room towards the top half, you force the other team to make a play. And you saw for a second Powers flying through the center to try to make something happen. He was just taking damage from too many angles as the boys kind of finished him off. Finished TJ off shortly after to get themselves that round, to get 2 in a row. And I think the momentum has definitely been stopped.
eUnited.
Definitely stopped indeed. Exploits Pushing up on a TJ. Oh, I thought TJ had that for sure, but Exploits
Max shit on TJ right there.
Takes him down. And now I gotta ask you the question: are you convinced now?
Ya, Exploits trae el momentum. Aunque Exploits perdió esa ronda, el sniper headshot que sacó, siento que le dio momentum, mucho momentum, porque ve cómo está jugando Exploits ahora.
We'll see this next round. We'll see this next. Whoever wins mid round.
Si ganan esta mapa, Rebel va a ser porque Exploits, creo.
Fair enough. We'll see.
Está jugando las iniciales perfecto aquí. Trader. I'm not trader, dude. Es que mis puntos, dude. I fucking put my puntos all on eUnited, so I need eUnited to win here. I'm not gonna lie.
Same as usual. Actually, no.
Right, lots of firepower. Exploits with the shot. Powers doing what TJ. Oh, already a down though. But either way, Identiv's back up into play. Dyslexic though, getting that first blood. Now Identiv's forced to put away the torque bow for the time being because he knows Dyslexic is going to close the gap. He's out. He's dipping. He's gone. But he can't go anywhere, and he's going to be dropped. And there it is.
Difícil ahí.
From eUnited to be on map point.
Yeah, they need to get that torque bow out and stay alive. Unfortunately enough, they switched up their strategy.
5-4.
Players left and right, and I kind of said it.
Quiero ver un 5-5.
Try to mix things up a little bit.
I'm trying to see a 5-5, dude. I'm not trying to see a 6-4.
In theory, formulated a plan to kind of counteract that, but this is where I think it's going to be business as usual. I think Rebel is going to go back towards up top. Exploit's going to make a play for that mid room here.
La van a jugar esta normal, Rebel.
5-4, Rebel trying to stay alive here. This would tie up the series 1-1, but eUnited, if they win this, would be up 2-0, moving into training grounds escalation, and they're one step. Oh, hold up a second. I was about to say one step forward.
Flanquearon Danny, 2v2.
And it's going to be Powers and Demise against Crack and
Crack
Demon.
gana esta.
Very,
no,
weak,
man.
Continues to push up with the confidence that Demise is right there. They bully out Crack, take him out. Demon.
Corre, Demon, corre. Corre, Demon, corre. Corre, Demon, sigue corriendo.
He's forced to back up.
Ya murió Demise. 1v1.
To capitalize, it's a 1v.
An over aggressive
1v1, Demon contra Powers, Demon contra Sniper.
Demon, two players that have been shown to take over these games in many situations. Body shot is there. He's like blood in the water, but Powers baits him in. Unfazed to take him out to win map number 2.
Powers said, nah, man, hey, that's just a body shot. You hit me in the head.
Yo no pensaba que eso iba a pasar. Ain't no way, bruh. This man hit him with the meanest cutback.
For eUnited. Wonderful job in Demise having a standout game being the
Se la dio Powers ahí. What the fuck was that? This man just cut back so fast.
Map 3 is going to be training grounds. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
I mean, weed. Bro, that cutback was so fast. When they switched screens, like Powers had already up 8 him. 99. ¿Cuánto lo dejó ahí? Quiero ver eso. A ver, hay que regresar a ver cuánto lo dejó. Vamos a ver esto. No, no creo que lo dejó 99, pero sí lo dejó como en 80 y algo, yo digo. A ver.
Confidence mid goes to cap. Shot is there.
That's just the blood in the water. Over aggressive by himself. Powers versus Demon, two players that have been shown to take over these games in many situations.
37, 25. Ya nunca le dio. Demon ya ni cansó de disparar otra vez. Mira, aquí lo va a pegar con Sniper. Sniper, Powers tiene 37%, ¿verdad? Ahorita Demon lo va a pegar 25. Y ya nunca le dio. Si hubiera disparado aquí o cuando se pegó a la pared lo hubiera matado, pero nunca disparó otra vez Demon. Wow. Creo que estaba aguantando el tiro. ¿De dónde viene el nombre de SuMuNs? Dibujando y tagging, no sé cómo se dice tagging, graffiti en español, pero ahí es donde saqué ese nombre. Escribía mucho cuando estaba en high school, en la secundaria, me la pasaba dibujando mucho y pues saqué ese nombre de SuMuNs.
I gotta agree with you there, and luckily Powers is playing well because Dyslexic is not.
Alex, estas partidas para qué son? Son para Pro League. Estas partidas son de Pro League. Ganas dinero por cada match que ganas y también esto es básicamente práctica y es para que pueda, ¿cómo se dice? Para el evento que se viene en febrero, estos matches de Pro League son para que para que sepan dónde poner los equipos en lugares de seeding de los seeds, para que quién juega contra quién en el major. So, sí importan estos matches, pero tanto como un major no. So, esto más importa tu lugar. El lugar y tu record del Pro League es lo que importa para que te dé el mejor lugar cuando viene el major. Después va a morir ahí. 2v1 ahora, Crack va a morir. Dani va a morir aquí también. ¿O no? I don't know. Va a sacar una kill ahí. For sure, ya sacó una kill. Está bien. Todavía tienen B, Rebel. Tienen arriba, tienen setup de blanco.
Again, I owe a lot of that to Identives going on that flank confidently and really hurting eUnited's chances of not being able to retreat, because at one point obviously Dyslexic wanted that. But we do start seeing eUnited waking up a bit, getting their hands on the neutral.
Aquí no tienen que morir, no tienen que morir, están ganando por un chingo de puntos. Buen kill, ahí sacaron a Dis. Ya están bien otra vez, por esa kill que sacaron de Dis. Andan bien. Se meten a B a capear, pero andan en su home. Este bombi lo jugó bien TJ. Oye Alex, ¿y tienes pensado ir a Halo juntos con Mento o así? ¿O en el siguiente volverás a competir en Gears? Ahorita no sé. Ha estado jugando Halo, pero para competir en Halo eso creo que no lo tengo pensado todavía. ¿Cuántos campeonatos ganaste en Optic? Ganamos... Bueno, yo gané con ellos 16. En total 16 campeonatos.
It makes life a little bit more difficult. One thing is for certain, though, this Rebel retake has to happen. It looks as if they're going to commit for the overextension, but already having cracked.
Dime, ¿no lo va a ayudar? ¿Van a dejar Powers de arriba? No lo pararon. Ok, esto vi bueno otra vez. Crack y Danny. Oh, no, lo van a dejar Powers de arriba. Me gustó lo que hizo Rebel ahí. Le dejaron a Powers de arriba. Y se fueron por las otras kills de la mapa. Tienen B. Tienen... Ya ganó esta ronda Rebel. Esta la ganó Rebel ya. Les digo, yo sí creo que Rebel gana la escalada. La escalada sí lo va a ganar Rebel, yo creo. Bueno, yo siento. I got scared. Even though we both were unanimous in agreeing, I got scared. Anything could happen in the WWE. More matches: Rise contra Fire Nice, KCP versus F1, Discipline versus DQ, Rebel contra Purified, eUnited contra PK. eUnited contra PK mañana. Okay. Redder, I need you to put that link in the chat. ¿Pueden permitir que Redder pongan un link? Mods? Chris, can you allow him to put a link? Try to post a link right now, Redder. We're gonna permit you.
Do they kind of coin that same strategy that they had when Dyslexic was on Noble? Still yet to be seen, obviously.
Buena ronda de parte del Rebel ahí. Mismo inicial, 3-1, 3-1.
This time around doesn't look to be going on the flank, or does he? Actually, yeah, he's going to be going on the flank once again. Now, does eUnited call this out? Well, let's find out.
Doesn't matter, Crack gets shut down, does not give Identives time. So he kind of just chooses a different flank to go after. He's going to go flank that neutral hill. You see Demise spotted out, which means that capture is going to come through. 2 hills to 1 for a short moment, but it's actually not going to even be the case. Powers overextends home hill to home hill, while the remaining 3 members are going to continue to fight in an advantage. That's going to be a 3v2 advantage. Demon's trying to at least get a trade to come through, but he gets shut down. Crack's gonna get taken out. Triple Gap domination sounding off.
Llegan porque se salieron de B.
But actually they are. Crack, you can't go down without a fight. He actually gets downed out for that moment. Crack gets shut down by Dyslexic on that neutral hill. This one's gonna continue, but for how long? As Identitive is gonna be the next person to fall. Demon has the world on his shoulders here, trying to battle back through a smoke, even trying to get the reset.
You're at FA right now? Yeah, Brian. I am, well, not FA, but I'm just not playing in this season, or in this split. Not competing.
TJ wins the fight.
How's this round still going? Alright, it's over.
Wow, he wins a second. That's 2 now down. And we say it's going to go on, but for how much longer? eUnited also has Dyslexic, who's peppering this. Yeah, it's over. Wow, TJ.
1-1.
TJ holding his ground 10 toes.
Wow, parecía que esta ronda nunca se iba a acabar, ¿verdad? Y nadie no podían sacar el 3-cap. Damn.
An unmovable object. Looking at the damage though, 6,000 each.
Tú llegaste después de que perdía contra Envies, ¿no? No. Yo estaba ahí cuando perdimos contra Envy en México. Estaba ahí en Aptec antes de ese match también. Digo, antes de ese evento. Yo estaba en Aptec todavía. Y después de que perdimos contra Envy también seguí en Aptec.
There's that sniper I talked about it. Who's going to be the one to place it? Well, obviously eUnited Dyslexic clearly favoring and liking this fight. Exploits liking it even more. And see,
oh, that's the link.
I
bet.
Right? This
Let me
is,
see.
Kind of
Click
damned
that
if
link
you do,
right
damned
now.
if you don't. Exploits with the sniper, he gets it. Like now,
Ni vi quién puso el sniper en mid. Creo que fue Rebel, ¿no? Chance fue Rebel que puso el sniper en mid.
As he is the kind of the dust settles. Crack gets taken down, so even if he does get a headshot, he's gonna have to work twice as hard. Spots out powers. That's gonna be damage there. Identives immediately gets the down to clean up on 2 players. Almost gets that headshot onto Demise, who's gonna try to reposition here. You know, somebody's under him as well. As they're slowly trying to insert themselves into the neutral, but they're taking more time than I'd like.
Definitely are taking time, but scoreline's still relatively close. So in fact, it's literally only 1 point separating the two, and Rebel is going to be able to get the neutral, and I think Crack might be able to get away here, especially with
Va a ganar United. ¿Tú crees que va a ganar United? Ahí quería morir. No problem. Está poniendo bueno. Sí está poniendo bueno. No sé cómo nos fue headshot. Aquí se la bola TJ. Lo tira. Buena. Otra. Buena. Buenos snipes ahí, parte de exploits. Hola, buenas. ¿Qué onda? Sopita. ¿Sopita se dice? ¿Se dice? Sopita, hola.
New addition, and I think greatly welcomed. You asked me the question of, are they missing summons? And I think so. I think they really are, but exploits bring so much value with the power weapons that's something that is incredibly special about him in general, and it's just fun.
Aquí va a poner la Shock, creo, United. Van a subir su Shock, yo digo.
When you place a sniper down, obviously, I kind of misspoke. I think it was actually Rebel who placed that, so my apologies. But Rebel knew what they were doing, and they knew the power that they have with exploits being added in. Now, that Shock Grenade being an eUnited's hand this time around could be great, but it takes too much time to get it, and you're most likely not going to be able to get your Shock and to be able to utilize it.
Are you trying to compete in Halo or just taking the split off?
Laying down the firepower to not allow
I'm taking the split off, dude, but I don't know. Something that the competitive side of me does want to keep competing.
You know what they're saying? We don't respect you. We don't respect your
Oh, who knows? Honestly.
They're forced them to make a play, and honestly, we see it all the time in everyday sports. You know what I mean? You give up that 3-point shot because you want to force them to make a play, and that's exactly what they're doing. With 2 hills to 1, eUnited is slowly gathering up this lead, and if Exploits doesn't get a body shot, if he doesn't get a pick somewhere just like that, they're going to slowly put themselves in a massive deficit, but that's the pick that they need. They're going to begin to push forward. You see Dyslexic is the next player in their line of sight, but TJ could be a buster.
Could be. Dyslexic, nice shot, gets the finish. He also avoids the shot from Exploits, so good job on him. United still with the 2-1. Now this is in a way identical to the last round.
Ahí sacó headshot exploits, pero lo malo de esto es que todavía no tienen ningún heal más que el de ellos.
You can see them stacking down low to get onto B though. The numbers definitely in their favor, and exploits with the sniper being kind of that overwatch is going to be beneficial. Nasty little angle, and he's going to hit.
I should have exploits.
He has to be able to hit these headshots, body shots at the minimum, so everybody else can kind of push up. First time we saw this, teammates were actually unsuccessful at putting it to use as he gets a body shot on towards his home hill. He is going in favor of Rebel, though. Those headshots are already paying off in that regard, but he's focusing not on the team fight. This is that individual play, but he's actually trying to work together with Identives, who actually goes down to TJ. I don't know how TJ does it, but he's the man for the reason.
And that's the risk you take when you put all your eggs in one basket. And speaking of, what do I mean by that? Well, Rebel is putting all their eggs in the basket of locking this neutral down and getting the neutral, right? Because that's what they did. They stacked everybody on B so they can get B. And Identives needed to make that play to get on C. Unfortunately, TJ held his ground, and obviously very fortunate for eUnited. And TJ's been in this spot now. This is the second time he's been a nuisance in the home hill of Rebel, and he continues to hold his ground confidently, and he's putting in great work. He really is. So at this point, Rebel, they're knocking on the door of losing this round, and TJ just solidified it by once again winning a fight on the home hill of Rebel.
Yeah, I don't even know how Demon went down in that situation. There was nobody crossing for the overlook.
Estaba sacando un buen de headshots Exploits, pero no estaba pasando nada en la mapa. No tenían hills, no estaban avanzando. Estaba difícil ahí, muy difícil.
So, and you're right, and I still think that could be a bit of a misstep. You do need to respect
hasta el momento no te ha aburrido Gears, no tanto así, pero llegas a un punto donde quieras un descanso o poder o probar otros juegos que quisieras igual competir. Antes de este descanso, ¿qué te estás dando?
And so much resources trying to get the neutral, and they got the neutral, but after that, what else did they do?
Pues igual, hermano, nomás disfrutar y disfrutar el descanso más bien, ¿no? Pues porque todavía yo no sé si voy a regresar para jugar por un equipo. Aunque quisiera, porque más bien la última major que jugué, pues no me gustó cómo quedamos. El lugar que quedé, pues fue mi peor lugar que ha quedado durante toda mi vida compitiendo. So, quisiera regresar y tratar de ganar un evento otra vez, pero hay esa chance que me puedo ir a dedicar a otra cosa, jugar otra cosa que me gusta, y dejar de jugar Gears puede ser esa chance. So, quién sabe, solamente Dios sabe, bro, y pues día por día yo lo voy a estar nomás jugando y disfrutando esta parte de mi vida más bien, ¿no? What was better, Gears of War 4 or Gears of War 5? Parasite, I mean, I'm gonna say Gears of War 4, obviously, dude, you know. For sure, I'm gonna say Gears 4. Oh my god, Exploits. Esta la gana Rebel. ¿Van a ir por la 3-cap también? No, ya no van a ir. Ok, me gusta, salte. Best of luck, man. You've always been one of my favorite Gears pros since I've been watching. Hey, appreciate that, Brian. Thank you, baby. Oh hell no, Crack is hacking. You guys see that? Man holding a Lancer one hand. A Crack ya se le acabaron las balas de Lancer. Crack solamente ya tiene 30 balas de Lancer. Ya no tiene balas de Sniper. Aquí van a caer alguien, ¿no?
Floyd's Nasher out of shots when it comes to the Sniper. Still gets to down on Demise. Something Noble was always known for when Exploits on that roster was their ability to just snub as quickly as possible. And Exploits brings that value to the Rebel roster. Definitely it's just a talented, strong player in general. I don't think anybody ever doubted that, but I just wanted to reiterate.
Holy shit, bro. I don't know how Crack got that kill.
They've got the objective, and eUnited doesn't have the manpower, and this should be Rebel once again taking the lead, 3-2.
Ya esta ronda ya la ganó Rebel.
Player alive and Demise. Duel's the one this late in the game. You said it right. You said it perfect yourself. Just not enough manpower to reach everywhere at once. So even though they're kind of playing this one out,
I was.
every one of these rounds, Rebels
headshot. Saca headshot, papi. Saca headshot. Casi con ese blind. Casi. Good try. 3-2 Rebel.
It's interesting to see as soon as he heats up, as soon as he starts popping off like he did a few rounds ago, how much this one will turn on its side.
Yeah, I think Exploits, again, he's a huge threat. He was
agua, man, siento que estoy de comentarista.
In that 1v2, and despite letting
goddamn commentator up in this bitch.
Exploits with the Sniper is a huge factor. He gets incredibly strong.
Because you won so much, or you like the game more? I think both. Both. I really enjoyed winning. I enjoyed all the success that I had on Gears 4, but also the game was just a lot more fun, enjoyable for me to play. I mean, dude, I remember just streaming GBs or pickups with friends and stuff like that. Stuff that I didn't really do much on this game, you know. Had a lot more hours on Gears 4.
Actually, this time, this is the most pressure they have put on exploits since the sniper's been placed.
Otra vez exploits. Rebel siempre ha ganado el sniper en esta mapa. Siempre. Creo que eUnited no lo han tenido.
Almost looking like he might get a little bit over aggressive there because Crack has turned at a moment's notice to put a crossfire on to make Demon's life easier, but he doesn't even look that direction.
What the hell? ¿Qué no agarró sniper exploits? ¿Cómo lo tienen? ¿Cómo lo tienen eUnited? Estoy confundido ahí. You gotta hit that, baby. Oh, good. You hit these?
Doesn't miss that one. Takes down exploits, giving him a taste of his own medicine, and that's gonna.
GG's mi Dani aquí. Dani no se va a salir de este lugar aquí. GG's, va a morir Dani. 15%, 8 down. Últimos dos están en home, tratando de avanzar. Down. GG's mi Demon, adiós. O Crack. O no, no lo dio. GG's.
And they can't even move forward.
What the hell? That looked fake, dude. I think that was a spectator cam, but that looked really fake.
Into the corner, unable to move, dyslexic with the flank, triple cap domination. Somebody right in front of him. That is
damn.
And he body blocks.
This escalation map is getting as close as this can get. 3-3.
Round after round, the trade-off is there, and you can see fighting tooth
3-3. El que gane esta ronda, big round en la que viene. Big round. Aquí pueden subir. Van a tener Ensign. Van a tener Ensign y Shock los de eUnited. Está difícil.
I think he brings a lot. I really do. I don't doubt his skill set. I need Rebel to play around him and complement him. And for
I think if this game had LAN events, so many of the pros who retired probably wouldn't have the inconsistency of ping isn't fun in high competition. Oh, hell yeah, dude. If they brought back LAN, dude, I promise you that half the pros retired right now would come back and play. Including me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for fucking LAN, dude. Love that shit. We're all on even ping, even connection. In person, dude. Every Gears of War game has been so much better on LAN. Like by a mile, it's not even close.
Even when you're trying and to focus him on that sniper placement in hell, it's still difficult and not a guarantee you're gonna kill him.
Almost connect to that body shot. You can see them kind of go forward. He's just trying to stay alive as long as possible, instructing Identive to try to get out. Already the two hills, though, going over to eUnited, going for that triple cap domination. Does look like Demon's going to get in the hill, keep this one going. A battle for Demise. He's trying to slowly turn back out. There's no hill in that neutral where B used to be. There's no weapon over there either, so there's no reason to go down, but Demise does anyway. There goes TJ trying to make the play. It's actually going to be dyslexic to save his life. He has to turn around, leave him on his own to try to save the positioning on the hill. But two players from Rebel will continue to press forward. They're trying to get control of this hill back because they have a deficit to overcome. With that elimination, that's going to give them 2-1 and a great positioning to chop down that deficit.
Yeah, but as player 4 rotates over for the neutral, I thought player 8, Demise, was going to push up and try to get the home hill of eUnited, but he actually forgoes that to isolate player 4, take him down.
Dani murió, ahora es 3v3.
Try to get Demon out of here, so it's Dyslexic versus Demon. Demise joins into the mix, but Demon,
casi se lo dio Demon ahí.
was going to get the trade there. He doesn't. He's going to get finished off, and that's going to be eUnited. Well, not even so. They're going to continue to.
Not gonna lie, when you did 1v breakdowns in Gears of War 4, it literally changed how I played. It got me to start thinking like chess while playing. I'm glad the Gears 4 1v's helped the LG.
That's going to pin up Powers. Great shots onto Demise. Demise, though,
my God.
his ground backs up but can't get away in time.
He goes, one's going to go up for the revive. They're going to cement themselves. He has to continue to put that damage out. I don't think he's going to be able to clean up the kill, but he does anyway. That's going to be a surprising one. Great job and heads-up play by Dyslexic. One sniper left in the chamber.
That would have been a big headshot right there. 1v1 arriba, Demon contra... Who is that? This? Oh, no, 2v1 ahora. GG's, Demon ya murió. Oh, no, sacó una kill. Demon? Y sigue peleando. Oh, 2v1. Nah, esta ronda lo va a ganar Rebel. Oh, Powers. Never mind. 1v2 Powers.
Any more sniper bullets left in hands, but he's going to get pushed with the damage that Identive's just put on him.
Oh, he's dead.
Flash grenades. They know that power weapon is huge. They're going to get that elimination. Does not get two, though, as Dyslexic is in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he needed to be there too because I don't think it was backpacked in time. And Exploit, well, no, it wasn't because Exploits has it in his hands. So that's what I was talking about.
Crack?
He finally dies off.
No
So that's
mames.
good. But
No,
if
Crack.
Exploits would have got away with that sniper,
No,
this
este lo va a ganar
Indian
United,
could win a
creo.
lot differently, and it still can because Rebel has the lead. But 3 members down, make that 4.
Ya, esta la ganó
And
United. Tienen
takes
Ensign
it right
también.
back, despite Rebel looking like
Power
they
ya
were
no tiene
going
que
to win this
avanzar,
round.
se va hacia
Looks
para
like
atrás.
United, they've got it in the bag.
Ganan con 2, van a tener que avanzar por aquí 2. Nah, ya GG's. Aquí no van a avanzar. Van a avanzar 3. Nah. Got a backer with. Oh my god, that's a shock. Están down por el. Oh, TJ. TJ se rifó. Damn, GG's. Damn, esa ya la tenían para ganar Rebel allí. Ya la tenían.
Yep, 2 in a row.
Oh,
4
damn.
to 3, and this could be our first 3-0 of this of the split, right? For split 2. At least on broadcast, I need to go back and look at Discipline and PK. That might have been a 3-0, but I'm not entirely certain. I think it was
looking like a 3-0, guys.
Regardless, on broadcast, could be the first 3-0. United doing an excellent job. We've seen different looks from them. We've seen them, forego and give the the sniper away. Now they're starting to challenge it. Dyslexic, most damage done. We've been waiting for him to rear his head. He's kind of been being outshined by Powers. That's not a bad thing, though. That is not a bad thing, right? You want Powers in your team to do well, but Dyslexic really showing his value here.
Los dos tacharon aquí. Oh no, solamente tachó United. Luego no tachó, ¿qué hicieron? Ah, subieron su Ensign. Oh, shock. So, si gana esta ronda Rebel, van a tener la ventaja para la última ronda. Porque ellos van a poder tachar algo del otro equipo. Otra vez Exploit se sale con Sniper.
Revive back into the mix. Sniper flank coming through, unable to connect with the shot that would have ended Dyslexic's life, but I think the numbers is going to be there to end it regardless.
No.
Great movement coming out from a young
Oh my god, Danny? Daniel? Velasco?
Of eliminations will continue with Demise being the last
Damn,
one
GG's.
standing onto the
Ya no está el Sniper. Lo único que queda en la mapa son las Shocks, las Ensigns y un setup de United.
You also got the sniper out of Exploit's hands. Things are looking solid. Now you just got to defend against this push from Rebel, and it's coming quickly.
Podré decirle adiós a mis puntos, pero no el amor para Rebel. Pues sí, bro.
Maybe he can throw one up in the air and maybe get a connection. You do have a couple players from Rebel who's going to be on the overlook position. Crack, nice shot. Dyslexic is going to drop.
Oh
here.
my Crack.
Is chaotic, even from the perspective
Qué leyenda es Crack. Qué leyenda sacó esos 2 kills. 4v2 o 3v2 más bien. 3v2 va a morir TJ aquí ahorita ya.
It's amazing to watch these guys play sometimes.
Wish there was the actions for minutes that
Fuck, que pensaba que iba a sacar una kill ahí.
simultaneously moving the camera for these reaction shots. Powers trying to be the anchor on towards the home hill, even though it's going to get decapped. It's just for a moment. They know Powers is floating around, but as long as that mark isn't there, puts one shot onto Demon.
No, lo dejó down.
Dentist, even though that's
Sacó break.
away. He's going ahead and funneling players to kind of deal with him, which allows them to 2v1 Crack, get that elimination to teeter it back into a 3v3 scenario.
United back with the 2-1. 1 round away from defeating Rebel in a pretty dominant fashion 3-0 victory.
Párenlo. Buen revive, siguen.
And you can see in every engagement that they get into a Dyslexic
Down.
providing so much
No,
value.
cayeron
Last
los
time we talked about
dos.
his DPS, he was down to what I think 18,000, maybe 19. He's now at
Powers
21.
los está tirando eso desde home.
Rebel struggling.
Buen cross ahí de
3
Powers.
down. 3 down. Now, does United go for the domination, or do they hold what they got? I think you hold what you got because you're in control, and I think Rebel, they are on. Yeah, they're going to lose this. United's going to win this
GG's.
5-3, and they're
Ya ganó
gonna beat
United
Rebel
3-0.
3-0, Jacob.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's going to be hard to kind of break through, barring a miracle. As Demise is going to get down, nobody's able to clean him up just yet. As Identity goes down as well. I'd love to say the team kill coming through, but that's just
GG's, hermanas, GG's en el chat.
Definitely true. eUnited show up here to play.
Estuvo bueno el match, estuvo bueno.
Yes, sir, they do. First victory for eUnited in
Aunque era un 3-0, el match
roster.
se puso demasiado más cerca de lo que se ve del score. Y era como 300 a 240 y algo en el control. Execution ganaron 6-4 y ahorita 5-3.
was doing an excellent job on escalation there on trading grounds, holding his ground on the home hill.
GG's. Mis puntos de United, a ver, ¿ya me los dieron? Ya me los pagaron mis puntos, creo. Damn, that was crazy. Estuvo bueno ese match. Qué bueno que lo vimos aquí en stream, bros. Damn, crazy ass match, man. Post thoughts? ¿Qué piensan? ¿Ustedes qué piensan de ese match?